is going on, everybody? Welcome. Sorry for that technical issue again. I don't think it's on my end. I think it's on Restream's end, but we won't get into that. We are, of course, here to celebrate ADSR's 11th birthday. So thank you all for joining us live today to celebrate that. I don't know what I'm about to get myself into today, trying to throw it back 11 years ago to the sounds of Skrillex himself. So we're going to see where we go with this today, trying to really, I don't know. It's going to be a throwback. It's going to be an experiment. It's going to be exciting. But thank you all for joining us. As usual, my name is Taetro. I'm here with ADSR, not only on Fridays, but also on Wednesdays for our production challenge. Here on Fridays, we take on different production elements. Of course, we're having some fun today. We're going to make some dubstep, some, Skrillex-inspired music to kind of just do a little bit of a throwback to 11 years ago. And that should be a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on, because I'm not the only presenter on this channel. There's a lot of other great presenters doing awesome streams. You can learn a lot about music production on this channel, of course. Thank you all for being here. I see Rashane, Music is Your Life. What's good? William C. Beckham, Rod, Drunk Bishop, Polyline. We've got prizes to give away too today, my friends. We are going to be giving away, let me bring it up here and show you. We'll do a little bit of trivia about halfway through the stream. I've got a good trivia question for you all, which really connects the theme of today with sort of my roots in music. But shout out to UJam for hooking us up. But we're going to hook up one lucky winner today with Amber by UJam, which is a virtual guitar instrument, as well as Solid 2. A virtual studio drummer. So just for being here today, just for hanging out with us, helping us celebrate ADSR's 11th anniversary, you have the chance to win what is over $200 worth of plugins. So thank you all. Now that's going to go to one lucky winner. And like I said, I'm going to throw out a trivia question about halfway through the stream. Of course, you'll have a chance to answer that trivia question, and we will select one random person who answers correctly. But you actually don't have to answer a trivia question to get a bit of a reward to celebrate ADSR's 11th birthday, because of course we've got the Producer Life pack, which is free for everybody. It's a nice grab bag of different sounds: EDM, lo-fi, reggaeton, hip hop, and trap. It's got it all in there: loops, audio, one shots, MIDI. So that's available to all you as well. So make sure you check that out. I believe that's on the ADSR store, or the link will be coming around in chat. Nonetheless, we're here to have a good time, give away some plugins, everybody get some sounds. We're going to experiment with trying to make some crazy dubstep Skrillex-esque music. So you're all about to see me struggle probably, but we'll see how it goes. LA Winters here. Deuce, what's good? Groovius Maximus, hello. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Kyle Gray Young, it's going well. Thank you for asking, and thank you for being here. Yes, so the link to the Producer Life pack just dropped in chat. Make sure you pick that up, because of course we're doing our production challenge as we do every week as part of our Discord community, and the challenge this week is to work with the pack. So if you want to win even more stuff, enter into our producer challenge, make a beat with the pack, submit it on Discord, all that good stuff. Aki, thank you for being here. So does anybody remember like 2010, 2011, back in the day? ADSR as it is now didn't exist. Instead, it was massivesynth.com or fm8tutorials.com. Things were crazy back then for like electronic music and music production. Full context, I graduated high school in 2010, and I really remember Skrillex blowing up around that time. I would have been using Ableton around then, but like the sounds that, obviously it was coming from the dubstep world, but the sounds of Skrillex music really stood out, and eventually won him a Grammy pretty early on as well, and really helped, I think, kind of shape a lot of the things we do in electronic music going forward. Even though it is like aggressive and sometimes abrasive sounding music, it had a good impact on the scene, I would say, for electronic musicians as a whole. Not to mention the impact it had on us as home studio music producers, people who use DAWs and plugins, because like Massive was, as a synth, was like not that huge. And then all of a sudden, people started finding out, oh, this guy Skrillex is using this synth called Massive from Native Instruments. And then, everything just kind of blew up and went out of control, in a good way. Peace and love. Now, we're in 2021 now, so I'm going to be using Serum today. Let's actually dig in. So I've got my push here, and I think that's in focus, but I'll make sure it's in focus. And I've got Ableton Live as my DAW of choice. I'm just putting that in focus. There we go. That's better. Much more sharp, right? Boom. All right. Yes. So it is a totally interesting history. Obviously, I'm just glazing over a lot of stuff. Dubstep originating over in the UK, like in London. And then coming here, I think what Skrillex ended up doing was using these super ear-catching sounds. Not just ear-catching, but like I said, I think it's okay to call them abrasive. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to insult the sound. I'm just saying it is quite ear-catching, quite abrasive. But then combining it with super melodic stuff and super almost sweet sounding stuff. And then the frenetic nature of it, it's like constantly changing. So much going on. Let's make some wobbles. I remember like how many wobble based tutorials were there out there back then? And that was the Wild West days, like in 2010, 2011. I mean, one of the reasons I started my channel and doing what I do now is because there weren't that many tutorials or people explaining how to do things very well. And I struggled really hard as like an 18, 19-year-old to figure out how to do some of this stuff because nobody was explaining it. Or it was just less explanation out there. So as you can see, I have a bunch of serums loaded up today. I'm going to be working with some packs from the store that are a little bit older. So I have this like rhythm and dubstep pack, as well as dubstep drums. So there's going to be a lot to work with here. 140 BPM, you're going to see that today. That is like a kind of typical dubstep tempo. You know, obviously it fluctuates. It's not all the same, but it's 140 BPM with more of like a half-time feel on the kick and the snare. So I'm really excited to work with some of the synth sounds because I have synth presets, serum presets from some of these packs. But nonetheless, I want to find a good like top loop to start with. What is this other? Like I said, it's very frenetic in nature, this type of music. These are funny. That's a good one, but that's a little too much energy to start with. I'm going to jump back to this production master pack. Go to the drums and percussion loops, and let's see if we can find, oh yeah, this has a fair amount, like a hi-hat loop to start with, maybe even a percussion loop. All right. Now that says it's at 150, but we'll see if we bring it down to 140 to just kind of stick with that tempo for now. Got my audio track. I'm just finding a little bit of rhythm to stick with for now so we can start building something off of it. Do they even know of the giveaway? Oh, on Facebook. I'm sure everybody heard me talk about the giveaway, hopefully. And I do have chat in front of me. I should see the Facebook chat, but sometimes it doesn't quite work. So hopefully I can. Nonetheless, we have Serum here. Let's see. I've also got like other melodic one-shots and stuff I want to use too, because we're going to have to piece together some cool sounds in here. Nonetheless, let's start with a sound from, I guess we can start with this. There's like so many bass, which I think is dope. And then we have Tab. This is another collection of presets here. Let's just browse through some of these sounds because you're going to get a real taste if you're not familiar with the genre. You're going to like hear these sounds immediately and either be super insulted or super like intrigued. Oh, that one's not as abrasive as I expected it to be. That's a lot. That's cool. Remember that sound, Devil's Bass. Obviously some big sounds, some more subdued sounds. A lot of them are really, oh, that's like sub. I don't know what's going on there. Oh. A lot of like alarm-esque sounds. Where's that sound? Some of these are maybe too low. He's playing that rhythm for us. Simple Sam, what's good? But what's all your experience with dubstep? Like, what was your first exposure to like dubstep, or even like the music of Skrillex? I think it's hard to say like Skrillex is strictly dubstep. I think maybe I put some of these wavetables in incorrectly or something. That's why they're kind of more subdued. Some of these work though. Honestly, I like that sound. And by I like it, I mean I think it's going to fit well in this genre. So what I'm going to do is just set up like a 8-bar loop here. And that's going to be like our intro sound. That's going to set the mood for us, I think. That octave is fine. So let's just play that along with the hi-hats. 2, 3, 4. Let it build back up. All right, very cool. Just gonna quantize that, and now I'm hearing some type of like bass instrument come in. Man, this is exciting, but like I said, this might be a struggle for me. You all know that I love making like lo-fi chill music and stuff, but I did really like experimenting with this type of music in the past. So I'm excited actually to be making some of this. Production Master Wonk Trap presets. Yeah, that's what we need. If you're not awake yet, you'll probably be awake after hearing some of these sounds. Oh, that's a good one. It's a little housey though. There are some elements of house. That is so typical. I don't even know where to begin with some of these. Oh, that's actually a good one. So let's see where we can go. All right, I'm just going to capture that and keep that for now. And I'm just going to try to move fast through this because this is a fast moving genre anyway. And it just, like I said, constantly changing. Oh, you know what? My quantize settings are probably a little wonky. Let's just set that to 8th notes. There we go. We don't need to come in that early. And I just want to mess this sound up because I want it to sound a little off kilter. It already is sounding a little off kilter. Let's filter it in. I'm really looking at the whole timeline for this because I usually work in like a loop, but I think since this sound, these songs are generally just ever evolving, that I'm going to work across the timeline a lot more than usual today. Auto pan. Oh, is it 2 words? Yes, of course. Let's just make this like spitting. We'll get a little nice kick drum. The bro step sound is fun for 1 hour or when drunk. That's pretty funny. Should I set this to time? Yeah, let's have the amount go up over time. Let's really trash this sound up. And of course, I might use the word trash multiple times today, but it's not supposed to be insulting. Just like really break these sounds. And I want to start including some drums, like a kick or something to really pound this intro forward. Everyone did a video to the Harlem Shake back in the day. Yes, yes, yes. I grew up with it, wasn't allowed on the internet when I was younger, so the only way I could hear music was on the radio or my friends. I found out about Skrillex from watching the 2015 X Games on TV. That's so dope. more into the old school UK sound. Yeah, it definitely evolved far beyond the original roots of dubstep with that original UK sound. I remember reading some magazine articles about like the origin of dubstep and being so surprised about where it came from and how different it actually sounded. All right, what am I looking for? One shots. Got a kick. I actually want like a big explosion or something. What's FX sounds? I'm sure we will use a lot of FX sounds. That's what I want. Boom, found it. All right, and then we're just gonna start hitting the ground running here, and I might even just use a drum loop to get up running faster with this track today. Kick and snare loops, and we'll mix and match. These are heavy. Okay, let's keep it going. I'm just gonna duplicate these audio tracks that I have here. Obviously, I don't want a low cut on them, though, if we're going to be having kick in them. We just turn that EQ off for now. All right, that will for sure get us off and running into a little first verse section. Do we really hit the ground running with that? Maybe. Yep, I'm fine with that, but I might want a tighter snare sound. Ooh. Yeah, that's a little more aggressive. I might be here for that. Let's do that instead. And that'll get us up and running with a good bass sound. Let me throw a little effect sound to glue these two sections together. Where am I at? Effects. Yeah, that one's good. We'll do a riser. So just take the downlifter and reverse it, obviously. And let's do this. And then there probably needs to be one more like melodic element here. Yes. How about claps, chat? Nice like 4 to the floor clap. Guess that's not what you would say, but nonetheless. That a big one could work. I kind of like that. Let's keep going with this. I'm going to expand my drum track here. And let's build up these claps. Doesn't need to be that loud. But yeah, I'm going to do claps like this. Twice as fast. Some rides too said, let music be your life, or let music your life. Am I reading that right? Let's music your life. Sometimes I literally cannot read. Here we go. All right, and then from here, I will double that. Double it. And let's duplicate this and then double it again. So it's, you know, that stereotypical EDM kind of thing. And suddenly we have an intro that sort of works. It needs a little more flair, in my opinion. Not enough something. And actually, there's vocal loops here. Hold it down. Okay, we can make that work for sure. 1, 2, 3, perfect. All right, and the other thing that we can do is, you know, it's all about these little glitchy moments, and you see me do a lot of automation like this all the time. So maybe it's actually influenced from back then. I'm gonna just turn tracks off for a moment when that vocal comes in. And I think this is what I want to do, but I'm gonna experiment a little bit. Yeah, so on 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna just cancel out all these sounds momentarily, but they're gonna pop back in. So it's gonna have this really, there's a lot of like ear candy-esque effects, I would say, in this. And abruptly pulling out sounds when, especially there is so much noise and sound in this type of music, is very, very effective. So let me go ahead and copy that envelope over to all these sounds. Oh, doesn't want me to do that there. Copy, paste, perfect. And let's also do that to the drums. And so we're just doing this sort of aggressive kind of on-off thing. We'll do the same thing for the clap. You notice I'm not just turning the sounds off, but I'm doing the automation because I want those tails to catch back in, because that'll make it sound glitchier. All right, that sounds pretty good. I wonder if it just needs to be off at the end here as well. Of course, we want to keep that in here. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll keep it off until the end. Just like that. I'm going to make sure that I don't like leave it off after the phrase is over, or else I'll get into trouble later if I try to use that check. All right, that sounds okay for now. It doesn't sound perfect. I think I could probably put one more FX riser in there, but I don't really want to be spending the whole stream on working this intro. But I will if I have to. No, JK. What I'm going to do right now is throw this in here. Again, make it a riser instead. But just do it for that short amount of time. So it's like kind of really going to stand out. Pitch it up even. I'm turning the warp off. No, but it was fine with the warp on. And if we just do that for the back half. Yeah. It can go even higher, like aggressively high. All right. There we go. So we have this little intro here. There probably needs to be more glitchy stuff, but if there's time, I'll go back and add more to this. What's up, Larry boy? All right, that's a fine intro for now. It's still lacking a little bit, but I want to get into making like a cool bass line or something. So let's do it. Let's dig into these Serum presets. Make sure I have these installed properly. Some of them. That's just like, it's just already a music line. So what happens? It's pretty cool, but I'm just gonna try some more. Oh, that's too low. That's too low. Oh, very glitchy. That could be useful later on. Garage sub. Okay. That, I think. So just to show you, let's just play that and let's go with it. I'm going to record into those brackets and here we go. 3, 4. using the pitch bend there, you know, really just going for it, I guess. Simple Sam says, tune done. Yes, exactly. I'm just gonna adjust my buffer size there so I can play. All right, so we have that. But one thing that I've noticed about this type of music is that kind of every 4 bars, it switches. So what I might switch is not the drums. Let's duplicate the drums. And what I want to do is turn this into now a 16-bar phrase where we have that bass sound every other set. And then we'll do something else for this 4 bars. So this is kind of like a weird way to work, but I do find that this is pretty common in this genre. So I'm wrapping my brain around it as we go here. I'm gonna look for like a pad sound or something. Yeah, something not like that, not as like dreamy. So maybe it's not a pad sound that I'm looking for. I'm really looking for like a harsh synth that I can play chords on. This could work. I really don't want reverb on whatever I'm doing though. I want it to stay dry. Yep, that's fine. And there's also like a stock Serum preset called Hypersaw, which I think is going to work out pretty well. But let me just browse through some more of these leads. I'll start at the beginning instead. So, like I said, we are shifting gears aggressively here. So yeah, so obviously what I just played was garbage, but if we play something good there, I think this could work pretty well. And then I want to switch to something that's more majory sounding. Yeah, something like that. So let's just start and try to lay something, maybe an octave up. Two, three, four. That's a placeholder for now. It's fine for the moment. Just going in and quantizing the majority. And like I said, we need chords behind this to make this fit. One thing I'll change are some of these notes. I want that to be higher. Yeah, that's what I want. Let me zoom in here so I can see that. We go down to G. All right, I'm going to get rid of that delay tail. I do not want that delay tail. So turn delay off here. It sounds pretty dry, right? Well, let's layer in some chords. And I know the Hypersaw will, well, I don't know, but fingers crossed, the little Hypersaw preset in here will work. The whole point is to jump from something that's harsh and abrasive and doesn't carry a lot of like catchy melody to something that is, you know, a bit more melodic and a bit more like something we can recognize. Because I think that is part of the magic in this genre. It's like the constant switching. Let's play that hypersaw. Yep, that's good. And let's go to effects, no delay. Here we go. Hypersaw deliver me, exactly. All right, that's close. Let's just record it. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so constant switching. Let's widen this and get some lows out of it. And let's also quantize it, of course. All right, and now let's go ahead and we're going to mimic that. We're going to do that again. But I think, all right, there's some layering that we have to do here. Hey, what's the giveaway? Thank you for reminding me, Satya Brata. That is a good point. We got a little bit of a late start, so I guess we're kind of halfway through. But we are giving away 2 amazing UJam plugins. One is the virtual drummer, one is the strum. And I have a very important trivia question for you all. So this is how you win the giveaway. If you can answer this trivia question correctly on our system, don't Google it. If you know it, you know it. But hey, there's no way if we can verify. Maybe we'll give people like a time limit, like you have like 1 minute to answer the question. You'll be entered to win the giveaway, and then we will select one random person that answers correctly in the chat. We will select one person to win these cool plugins. But by the way, everybody can download the Producer Life pack at the moment. So the trivia question, this ties back to my roots in music. Since we're doing a Skrillex inspired track today, if some of you may not know, but Skrillex was already in the music industry prior to being Skrillex. And I come from the emo scene, pop, punk, rock kind of scene. He actually got started there, and his name was not Skrillex. He was the lead singer of a band. So if you know the name of that band that Skrillex was originally in before he became Skrillex, I'm not talking about his solo project before Skrillex, I'm talking about the band he was in, please drop the name of that band in the chat. And we will select one lucky winner who can answer that question properly in the chat. And I will play you all a clip in the chat of that. We'll look at one of the music videos at the end of the stream, because I want you all to see, like, you start somewhere and then your career can totally change. I think some of you who are not aware of this will be kind of mind blown. So let's keep going. I see the answers are coming through in the chat. We'll take note of those. And then I'm going to pick a random number at the end of the stream. And we will pick, you know, that number response. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's keep working on the track. And what I want to do is duplicate this synth here and probably put it an octave up. And add that reverb to it. And we definitely need some bass to kind of back those chords up. So let's go ahead and find a bass. It'll probably be more like a stereotypical bass. What's up, Ed Oyama? Love this track. Haven't seen you do dubstep before. Yes, I know. This is just quite the departure. Like back in the day, of course, like everybody was doing dubstep, so I was super into it, but never like released anything by any means. All right, so I want a less like a... I just need a basic bass, like a sub bass basically, with a quick attack. That could work. Need to cut the low on that high track. Fair. That's fair. So all I'm doing here now is just going to drop these chords onto that bass track and get rid of the top notes and just keep the root notes so that it completely lines up. And let's just see how it sounds. Oh, and I think I'm going to have to go an octave lower. I'm going to have to go up or down. Let's hear that. Maybe we make this legato even. Nah, that's not good. I really just want a basic sub bass sound, kind of. Just to round out the bottom. So everybody, I hope you answered the trivia question. Again, the trivia question was, I believe probably we should close the answers, but it seems like a lot of people are catching up. Seems like a lot of people know it. A lot of people, a lot of people answering. Interesting. I wonder how many people... I do see the correct answer in the chat, of course. I wonder how many people knew the right answer, how many people Googled the right answer. I wonder how much common knowledge it is. Honestly, I'm just going to go into the regular bass presets because I don't need anything fancy. There we go. And then we need a new melody there, right? So we've got this intro into this kind of weird verse section. This is quite the experiment, chat. And I think this is a much more time-consuming genre to work in because there's so much little tailoring and so much switching. Yeah, so let's just run a quick synth solo over this top part, and then this would probably mark the beginning of a new section. I'm gonna run it back one more time. Can I capture that? I wasn't playing in time, so it's not going to work, but what if I just throw that idea in? Let's just play it one more time. Anyway, I'll turn loop on so I can do a second take. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Just like a candy pop kind of melodic line. That's like what I'm trying to do. And of course I played the little scoop up notes, which makes quantizing a pain. But for some reason it's just part of my habits. Whoa, not what I want to do. Quantize these notes. So I basically just go in and quantize the notes that are on the grid. And you know, we're working fast today, so don't judge too hard. And I'm going to put that an octave up. I might even put it 2 octaves up. We got to quantize that. Get rid of the scoops. Yeah. All right, I'm happy with that. Well, happy is a loose term, but this is a fun experiment. All right, some pitch shifting vocals. Yeah, let's work with a vocal sample next and see where it fits in here. I'm gonna go an octave up on that too. What is up, William Williams? There's a Skrillex documentary on Netflix, Rod? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. All right, that's cool. I just wanted to see if adding a pickup note here would be cool. Yeah. I think that's fine. Let's bring that down a couple octaves here. So it kind of connects these two. All right, great. Whew. It's like ear fatiguing. Not saying it's a bad thing, but it is a tough genre to work continuously on. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't in headphones. But I agree. Vocal samples. I would love to include some in here. What packs am I using? Yes, this one. Oh, but I also have like this melodic house pack, which I think, or one of these. Vocal electric pop, yeah. I'm just going to take a vocal sample from this, I think. That's all drums. Give me vocals. What key are we? Is this in C? I think it's in C. Yeah. All right, we're in C major, so I'll just have to adjust any...
Just have a little drink, babe. Let me be your best friend now. Just have a little drink, babe.
See, that has the element of, like, that's not even from a dubstep pack, but it could still work. Let's slice it. No. And then we're in D, so I got to go down to semitones. Now we have these chops. And to be honest, I'm going to put it mono. Or maybe a little less wide. All right, cool. We have that now. I don't know how this is going to fit. Honestly, I think this would fit better in a new section. I don't know if it necessarily fits on this section. And let's actually see if these will fit in the intro. That might be a better fit. I think we can make that work, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me play a little bit better. A couple tries, probably. Let me figure out what pads are good. That shape right there. There we go. All right, that should be fine. Okay, there we go. Lock that in. Okay, and then we go into the section. All right. Oh my goodness. There's so much happening here. And I wonder, yeah, we've got more of these loops. The next step would for sure be to add some fills in between each section. Oh, we do have some, I could do this really quick, probably. I got a bunch of these toms. If I put these all in a drum rack, and I'm just going to cheat here and throw the velocity. So like the velocity sensitivity is not even a factor. I want these playing at full velocity. Let's arm that drum rack. Yes. And I'm just going to fill this rack with toms and kind of play little fills into the section. Because what we could do now, between these sections, you can see that this is such a different way of working for me. We're only like 24 bars into the tune, and there's like so much going on already. And we would need to jump from this bar to like something more, even more going on. Then put little like a tom fill there. Can I put that there? Yeah. Cool, we captured it. Oops. Digga-dung-dung. 16th quantize. So then, just to take this one step further, we definitely won't have time to do this for like the entirety of the track. But this is just a taste. Like literally, I would go in and do this for every single kind of transition and add something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and mute everything that's happening here. And you're going to see that's not what I want. We're also going to layer in like some effects, like a riser or something, but just these quick cuts. And we might even throw some distortion on. Real quick, I'm going to group these. My mind is moving too fast. It cannot keep up. But thank you all for tuning in. We're here live every Friday, by the way. Don't forget, we're doing different production concepts. This week, we're having a bit of fun, of course, because we're celebrating ADSR's 11th birthday. Can you believe? Time has flown by. Music has changed so much. Like the music production community has changed so much. And of course, we're so grateful to be able to give away a couple UJAM plugins today to a lucky winner of the trivia question, which, by the way, my number that I'm picking for the trivia would be number 18. How about that? I'm picking number 18 for trivia winner. So we're going to go back and calculate that, find the correct answer. And by the way, the correct answer to the trivia question, many of you were correct. From first to last was the correct answer. So yes, from first to last was the band. We'll check out a quick clip of it. I just want to show you all at the end of the stream. All right, so we've got that filtering in. It sounds fine for now. Let's go back in the packs. Yes, giving away 2 UJAM plugins to the lucky winner of that trivia kind of contest there. And you all win because the Producer Life pack is free. You can go download it. It's been listed in chat and all that stuff. So Simple Sam says, in before there were not even 18 answers. Yes, well, I agree that we just have to do it randomly, right? So just had to pick a number. All right, I'm looking for an effects sound here. Where are we at? Effect sounds. I'm drawn to that one. I'm fine with that. All right, little downlifter here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go like this. So I'm just doing this quick riser into that next switch up section. Oops, I placed that wrong. But here we go. So just for that section. Okay, but we need an impact there too. Probably like a sub drop or something would work too, but let's do an impact. Deuce says, note to self was one of my favorites from them. I can kind of play the lead guitar. That's a dope song for sure. So I think actually I want to lead up to that moment too. I don't want to just do a riser into the next section, but let's do a riser into the riser, I guess you could say. I unwarped it because sometimes that can do stuff to the rhythm of the sample. So like little stuff like that. And if we really wanted to trash it up, we could go pedal, drive and color, pedal, add some drive to these toms. Fuzz. Too much. I'll pull back on that, but I'll put the gain up. Yeah. And then just little things like that. I don't think that tom sound is particularly like Skrillex-esque, but in the interest of time, just doing little transition stuff like that. Then we'd probably go into like a soft piano section or something. There's too many possibilities here. One thing I do want to do is add like a little extra percussion layer for the sweeter section. And yeah, that melodic stuff in the middle, that's definitely moving away from Skrillex land, but it's the concept of switching sections, I think, is the main thing to take away there. I'd probably have to study a bit more or need a lot more time. What would this even sound? You all know that I like to add in things that I'm like, that won't work. And then I try it and then maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't work. I just want something, it might just be switching up the hi-hat track. That could work. Then it just goes away. All right, actually that works perfectly because 8 is my favorite number. You guys can see that, 8. Yes, I think subtracting 10 off my number is fair. I was gonna pick 8, but like, I know we talked about doing 1 through 20. I didn't, it's weird. But the 8th answer, that's good. Because I didn't consider that people could Google it. So we are choosing the 8th. All right, I am excited. Oh, there are fills here. I mean, these have like a little bit too much reverb on them, in my opinion. But we could do little things like fills into the next section, like this, like this. No, not there. Dun-dun. Yeah, let's do a fill there. So much could be done here. I mean, literally, we could pull back on the drums, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what I want to do. Yeah, I could do that and then add some fills in there. Could re-engage this filter, perhaps. Just for right here. Like this. Push that button. Sure. William C. Beckett says I'll be trying to promote the channel. That's great. We appreciate that. All right, there's so much more to be done on this track, my friends. More to be done than within a single hour for sure. This actually taught me a lot about this type of production style because it's been a while since I've revisited it, but it is a very time-consuming production style because of the amounts of sound design elements. Now, I think one misstep that I made, and you all can carry this forward in your production process, is like I started getting into the nitty-gritty of transitions and a little bit of like filtering and sound design, quote unquote. And really, I could have just worked on the musical ideas and then worried about linking them together later. So I think that's one way I could have improved. But I wanted to, over the course of this hour of the stream, touch on each of these little elements. So I'm kind of doing a demo. This isn't necessarily the process that I would work in. So just let's listen back to what we have. I don't think it's anything spectacular, but it touches on some of the elements. Congrats to Rod. Can we do one more thing? Little like automation situation here with this bass. Like this. Yep, just like that. I want to duplicate that. And then we'll just have the kick follow that pattern as well. And that will be like a slightly better transition than what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get rid of the snare here. Or the hi-hat, I mean. A little bit of this action. Work that transition a little bit better. Larry Boy says it was good to watch the process, Taetro, quality over quantity. Yeah, I guess. I just wanted to touch on some of these transitions, some of the elements, like switching back and forth, because I think that's one of the hardest things. A lot of times we work in loops, right? So if I was working in a loop and I really just started working on a section like this, that doesn't necessarily sound like it comes from the same song as this. So for me, the experiment of, okay, take this one bass phrase that I made as one loop, split it in half, and interject these different sections in there, that was enough of a worthwhile exercise, for me at least, to experiment and have fun with. So congrats to Rod, who I see has won the trivia today and won those 2 plugins. But don't forget, you've all really won because the Producer Life sample pack is available for free for everybody. So please be sure to pick that up. Participate in our production challenge this week. And as promised, I'm going to give you all a little look, those of you who maybe are unaware, of Sonny Moore, that's Skrillex's real name, of the original band that he was in called From First to Last. If you like kind of like hardcore pop punk music, this is what I was listening to back then. So we're gonna check this out really quick. We're just gonna take a quick look. I don't want to do any copyright issue, but check this out. See if you can recognize Skrillex. I'm gonna fast forward. I should have found a live version. There he is. That's Skrillex. So like he was super young when he joined this band, but it's crazy because you can be a part of this whole scene. Let's go ahead and jump to this real quick. There he is, Skrillex. Like he was playing Warped Tour. He was fully on tour. This band was like pretty successful in the early 2000s. I was a big fan. Touring, huge career. Leaves the band to go do like an electronic solo project, which was under his name at first, Sunny, and then eventually creates that Skrillex project, which propelled him in like beyond the success he could probably have ever had in this band. So I think this is pretty cool. Because a lot of times we put ourselves in a box. We say like, this is what I do. This is the kind of music that I make. This is the kind of musician I'll be for the rest of my life. And you have somebody like Sonny Moore switching from this sort of scene, doing more ambient electronic stuff, then eventually getting into the Skrillex project, dubstep and all that. And having success like all along the way. So just something to think about. Just a little lesson to be learned today, I suppose you could say. But you can check out From First to Last. I really like their music. Obviously, it's a bit of a throwback and you have to be into that genre, but I think it's pretty cool. I think the question should be non-Googleable and based on things true buffs would be able to answer. That isn't on the webs and the internet. Yeah, we could come up with a better format, but this was just some fun for the anniversary, so nothing too crazy. Inspiring avenues of all types of music. Yes, I agree, Junk Bishop. Thank you all so much. Oh, it looks like there's some cool stuff popping up in the chat. Like Deuce was the first one to answer. Deuce was ready with that answer, I feel. $50 store coupon for you, Deuce. Hit up ADSR. That's amazing. Yep. Thanks for all coming together and celebrating the 11th anniversary of ADSR. I had a lot of fun today. We just scratched the surface of this kind of genre, but I hope it was a fun experiment for you all to watch, and I hope you had fun hanging out in today's stream. As usual, remember I am live here on this channel on Wednesdays doing our production challenge. You should join our Discord server and participate in the production challenge, or at least just become a part of the community. Download the Producer Life Pack. It's free for everybody in celebration of the 11th anniversary of ADSR. And then make sure you subscribe with notifications on, because there's other really amazing producers presenting on this channel. There's no shortage of learning here on this channel. You want to learn mixing, sound design, music business stuff, pop production, it's all here. So make sure you just tune in. If you turn notifications on, you won't miss a live stream. Do me a favor and head to my channel, youtube.com/Taetro, and give that a look, Taetro. Give me a sub if you enjoyed this stream. I've got other content over there. And I'm also on Instagram @Taetro if you want to add me on there and see kind of like a different style of content throughout the week. This was a lot of fun. Thank you all so much. I see Amelia S. I just saw you. Boomer's World, what's good? Deuce, Junk Bishop. Shout out to everybody who hung out today. William C. Beckham. All that good stuff. I know there's a lot of people here today having a good time. But that's it, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for making it enjoyable and helping ADSR to grow beyond that original massivesynth.com or FM8 tutorials site. The community has grown beyond, I think, probably the initial inception of what was expected it could grow to. Did I just say something that made sense? I don't know. But I know with my own growth as an artist and seeing an organization like this, ADSR, and having worked with them for a while, the growth in the community is amazing. And recently with these live streams, I feel like we've been able to all better connect. So that's pretty cool too. It's like another stage of life, another decade, a new decade begins for ADSR. Thank you all so much. Check those links in the chat. Discord link, Producer Life Pack link, all that good stuff. That is going to be it for today. I'm rambling on. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been Taetro for ADSR. Have a good one.